Alright guys, I remember I made a video where I talked about like the top 5 underrated operators in Rainbow Six Siege, and I actually kind of liked when I made that video, even though it was like a really bad format and it wasn't that good of a video. I think it's still up on my channel, and I actually did kind of enjoy making that kind of video. So I figured I'd just do this, and if you look on the screen right now, there's no D, E, and F tier. I think there is no like really, there's no character right now, or legend rather, in Apex Legends where they're really dog shit or they're D tier. I think the bottom of the barrel is like mid. You know, there's no bad character because even though they have some bad qualities, they can still have some good ones. So let's start off with C tier. First of all, Rampart. Rampart's really her Sheila minigun is pretty underwhelming because if you don't know how to spray, then good luck fucking firing this shit. Other than that, I mean, her passive, I don't even know what it does. That's how like unmemorable it is. Like I don't even remember what it does. What does she get? I think she gets like more ammo or more damage on LMGs or something like that. It's not that good because that's like pure RNG, because if you drop into the map and you don't have any, there's no LMGs around, then at that point, what are you doing, you know? Or I think it's increased fire rate on LMGs. But I mean, her shield is okay. It's very, you could counter it kind of easily. That's the only good quality of her. Other than that, her passive and her ultimate, pretty bad. Next, we have Revenant, and I know maybe Josh is watching this and he's probably getting mad, but Revenant is very underwhelming because let's talk about his passive. His passive lets you climb walls really fast, or not really fast, but like it lets you climb like high skyscrapers and like buildings and stuff. But 9 times out of 10, by the time you get up there, your teammates who are already up there, who use the zipline or something, are probably dead. And you know, like at that point, what the fuck? It's like, I've seen it happen before. I've seen it happen so many times with randoms when I'm playing solo queues or something. And I've never seen any of my teammates, whether it be Mario or freaking Josh, you know, I've never seen them use that passive ability. So kind of bad. And with Revenant's tactical, it's pretty okay. The only issue I have with when people use his tactical is that after they're done using the tactical, they just don't shoot the person for whatever reason. You're supposed to shoot your tactical at a enemy and then spray them because they can't use their abilities. So if it's a Octane or a Wraith, they can't run away. You know? That's what makes the power so good. But not only that, it's kind of inaccurate. It's like almost too precise. So like if you just shoot it, if you kind of whiff the shot, you know, that's it. And his ultimate, I mean, it's okay. So I mean, yeah, he could stay right here. For now, he could stay right here. Who's another C tier? Krypto. But I say he's high C. Let's put it like that. So look on the on this side, it's gonna be like minus, like C minus, and then C plus on the top side. So Krypto deserves to be here. They did announce he's getting buffed. I mean, what else can I say? You know, I don't even remember his passive. I don't know what his passive does. What can he like? Oh yeah, he hacks stuff. That's right. He could open doors and stuff with this camera. Or his drone, I mean. And let's talk about the drone. The drone is so hard to use because you're staying idle. Your character stays idle when he's using the drone, and that's kind of hard in like higher ranked games or like in last circle situations. You know, you can't really be on your drone, and that's the whole point of your freaking character, you know? But his ult's pretty good, so like that's like the only good part about it. Any other C tier characters? No, I think that's it. I think that's it for C tier characters. Let's move on to B. And to start off the B tier characters, let's put Bangalore in. Now, Bangalore, she's kind of a downgraded. She's like Caustic and Gibraltar, like combined, but her smokes are a little underwhelming, if that makes sense. I don't like her smokes because she only gets 2 of them, and it takes forever to recharge. I mean, they're good for cover, but, you know, if I wanted to have a smoke, I'd rather just prefer Caustic, but Caustic's also getting a nerf, so, like, I mean, actually, I think she's like a B plus character for sure. She's pretty good. One thing I would change about her though is probably her passive, because literally her passive is like, oh, you run faster when you're getting shot at, but it really doesn't last a long time. And when you're playing on like gold, plat, diamond servers and fucking, you know, you're in the last circle in the pubs match, it's just not that good, you know? So that's the only thing I would change about it. For our next character, Caustic. Now, Caustic mains are getting furious right now because he's about to get nerfed, so eventually he will come down here. But as of right now, you know, we're still in season 11. I'm still gonna post this video before season 12 comes out. I think he's well deserving of this spot. Or actually, I would probably move him up here, or probably put him at B plus. He's a really good character. His Nox traps are really good at covering your teammates in smoke in a building, you know? But it's also good against enemies because it damages them. So that's why I think he's the better smoke character than Bangalore. Not only that, I don't even remember what his passive does, to be honest. Yeah, but that's about it. You're gonna notice that a lot of the passive abilities are not that good. Next B tier character, Fuse. Even though I love and I enjoy the playing the fuck out of Fuse, I could admit that his tactical is the only good part about him. His ultimate and his passive, they might need a little bit of a work. Mainly his ultimate. His ultimate is not that good, and I've used it so many times. I've used it trying to, like, you know, block people from like entering a building or getting out of a building, or like entering like where me and my teammates are at, like healing and stuff. But his ultimate is very underwhelming. Other than that, his passive, you know, ordinances ordinances are pretty good, and his tactical is really fun to use. It's super satisfying when you stick somebody with a knuckle cluster. And yeah, I just think he's a B. Not a B minus, not a B plus, but he's a solid B. Next, Loba. I would probably put her in like right here, like near the B plus area. Loba's what was it called? I don't even remember. Her little bracelet thing that teleports. Her tactical is pretty good. It's good at getting out of certain situations, but I wouldn't count her as a support character. I feel like she should be labeled as a different kind of character, because, you know, how does she support people? I mean, she gives like your teammates fucking access to the black market, and you could pick up stuff around an area, but it also helps other people. So like, not and by other people I mean like enemies as well. So I feel like that's kind of like, you know, how would I say it? As Lisa says, it's pretty kakapupu. And her passive, I don't even like her passive. Her passive is like pretty dog shit. But other than that, she's fine. Oh Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we're only ranking these characters on how good they are in battle royale pubs and ranked matches. Arenas matches, if you guys want me to make one for arenas only, then, you know, like and comment and subscribe and all that stuff. But another B tier character, Watson. Luis is probably like tilted right now, or he's probably agreeing with me. But the only thing that makes her like from not being an A tier character is the fact that her passive ability to recharge her shield is super slow. Her fences are pretty good. Her fences are really good. What's it called? Her ultimate is also pretty good, but if only since I play Fuse, literally Watson is my ultimate counter, you know? You know, me being a Fuse and Path main, for Pathfinder, I really wouldn't care. But when I play Fuse and he happens to play Watson, yeah, we still win some games together, but there's been some times where, you know, I get cucked by his ultimate. So the only thing I would change is like amp up the recharge rate for the shield like a little bit faster. And I guess the ultimate could be changed as well. But other than that, she's a solid B. She's probably like a B plus, in my opinion. Any other B tier characters? I guess Horizon. Horizon's like a B plus. And if a lot of you's watching this video, I don't care about what you think. You suck. You suck at Apex. Nah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's better than me. I would say Horizon. What does her passive do? Oh, her passive. Her passive, whenever she drops down from a height, she doesn't lose she doesn't break her legs, you know? Like when you drop down from a tall like height, usually you land and then like it makes a sound indicating that, like, you know, your legs are broken, so you have to recover and then you fucking start running again. But she doesn't do that. She could just instantly start sliding and running after she after she drops down. Her tactical's good in like, because you could not only make distance with her tactical, but it lets you get elevated to like a tall building, or it lets you get onto a cliff. Like, that's good. But I don't like her passive, and her ultimate is kind of, how would I describe it? Actually, now that I think about it, I think she's an A tier character. Her ultimate's really good, especially when you freaking throw grenades at where the enemies are. If you catch them in your black hole, like, that's pretty good. I'm honestly good. Yeah, I think she could start off the A tier list. Other than that, oh fuck. I didn't see Mirage. Mirage is B tier. Mirage, if we're just talking about character alone, we're only talking about like gameplay wise. If we're talking about gameplay player like backstory and like lore, he would be up here, you know, because of his personality and his backstory and like him in trailers. Like, he's amazing, but I don't think he's a good fragger. His passive ability is like really useful, but it's kind of weird that it would be put on him. I guess that's what makes him strong too. The only thing I don't like is I don't even think he's that bad. I didn't think about it. Yeah, I don't think he's bad. I think he's a B plus, in my opinion. Yeah, he's a solid character. I guess the only thing I would change about him to make him like an A tier character is probably make the clones look more convincing. I mean, I've been bamboozled multiple times on stream and off stream, but, you know, some of the times I could easily tell, like, oh, who's a freaking well, like who's a clone and who's the real fucking Mirage. If you hold a grenade and you send a clone to run, it'll do a different running animation than the standard one if you're holding a weapon. So that's pretty good. So yeah, I think he's a solid B plus character. All right, onto the A tier characters. We already said that Horizon's an A tier character. She's pretty fucking good. The only thing I would probably change is like her passive. Her passive is like eh, but I guess that makes sense, you know, because it's Horizon. I think Ashe. I haven't even played her. I'm probably gonna play her, like, probably gonna buy her next because I haven't played her. But I think Ashe is a pretty solid fucking character. At first, I didn't think so because I read her passive, her tactical, and her ultimate, and honestly, I wasn't truly convinced. But after seeing like other streamers and like good players play her, I can honestly say she's pretty fucking solid. Not as solid as Wraith, but I guess you're not supposed to think of Ashe as Wraith because hers is more directional, more pinpoint accurate than Wraith's is, but she's still a solid character. Her tactical slows down people. Her ultimate it's like a slash through, it's like a rip through fucking space. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool animation too. I don't know what her passive does. Did I search that up? Marked for death is Ashe's suitably morbid take on receiving information on enemy whereabouts as a revolve around player deaths. Whenever an enemy dies anywhere on the map, Ashe will receive a ping on her map. Yeah, okay, yeah. Super solid character. That's that's insane now that I'm reading it. But yeah, she's deserving of the A spot. Another A tier character is probably Pathfinder. Pathfinder, like I probably have like 200 hours if we combine the Apex hours I have on both PlayStation and PC. I play Pathfinder a lot. He's super fun, and he's also a pretty good character. You know, personality and backstory wise. But we're not rating that. We're rating only gameplay. He's super good. There's been countless times where I get out of sticky situations with his grapple hook. That's probably like his best quality, other than like his zipline. His zipline's also good. The only thing I would probably change is his passive. I mean, I guess it's okay, but I remember somebody talking about like a good change for him would be if he could do more things on the zipline. Like, because when you're on the zipline, the only thing you could really do is shoot, right? But a good change would probably be like, oh, he could probably heal while on the zipline or something, because that would be insane. There's been so many times where I wish I could heal, you know, but still use the zipline at the same time. And it wouldn't be only for a zipline, it would be for like multiple ziplines. That would probably make him an automatic S tier character. Not only that, he could see the second circle because of his recon ability. So that's still good. Another A tier character is Octane. You're probably never gonna see Octane like down here unless they do a detrimental nerf to him. He's always gonna be a good character. He's, you know, he's a speedy boy. I don't know how else to describe him. This is a pretty easy A for me. Yeah, you know, he's a solid character. I can't really say much. Everybody knows what Octane does. Everybody knows, you know, why he's good. Okay, Seer is an A tier character. If you asked me during season 10, I would have put him up here. But now that since they nerfed him, he's right here. He's right here. He's still good. His tactical is still pretty strong. It for like how many seconds? I think it's like 1 or 2 seconds. You can't heal and you can't use their abilities. That's super strong. And his ultimate is also pretty good at getting information, you know? Even when you're not in a fight, if you throw it where there is a fight, you could tell exactly where everybody is. You know, that's insane. The only thing I would change is probably his passive. I don't see a lot of people use his passive a lot. I remember, like, I would make fun of like the animation he does when you holster your weapon, and like you're using your fingers to like tell where everybody is. That's a pretty goofy animation, but other than that, he's still solid. He's still a good character. But that nerf really did hurt him a bit. He would be an S2 character if he didn't get that nerf. If you're wondering what the nerf was, before his tactical, it would prevent you. It would show your location. It wouldn't let you heal. It wouldn't let you use your abilities for like 1 to 2 seconds. And it would damage you. Like it was a pretty good chunk of health that it would take away. But now it doesn't. So that's okay. All right, and I think Lifeline could probably go here. Now the thing with Lifeline is, ever since she got her shield removed, it was quite the controversy. But I still think she's a solid character. Her care package, although it takes forever to, you know, it takes forever to charge up, you know. I still think she's good. You know, her healing drone is still one of the best things in the game. The only reason why she's this good is because we don't have another healing character. That's really why. And earlier I said I don't know why she's a support character. She's literally the definition of support. But so is Gibraltar, and we'll get to him in a minute. The only thing I would change about her is probably her passive. I mean, most of the time you're not going to be in the game. You're not supposed to take long looting unless you're like running around and you don't find anybody on the map, because they're all at some fucking, you know, POI. Yeah, I mean, her passive could probably change. She could be an ST character. She could definitely be. I think the reason why I would probably, if she still had the shield, if she still had the shield res, I would probably put it here. But the fact that you could res 2 teammates at once, and if she has the golden backpack, dude, that's a pretty good combo right there. But you know who also makes a good combo? Gibby. Gibraltar is gonna be is one of the best characters in the game. He's super fucking strong. But it's hard playing Gibby. Gibby mains, I respect Gibby mains because they're literally the backbone of their entire team. You know, if somebody gets downed, you could put the bubble dome on the floor and pick them up super fast. If you res a teammate inside the bubble dome, you res them way faster than any other character. That's pretty insane. He's also a character you would probably put the golden backpack on. He's a really good character. His ultimate's also pretty good. I just wish it had a wider spread. That's the only thing I would probably improve on. Other than that, yeah, he's a solid character. And his passive, he takes 15% less damage. That's fucking sick. All right, next we have Wraith. You know, Wraith is always going to be a really fucking good character. I think she's very balanced. I don't think she needs any changes at all. So I would probably put her in front of Gibby. But actually, well, a lot of people say her passive ability is not that great. But then again, if you're solo queuing, it's actually pretty good because, you know, let's say you're solo queuing and there's nobody talking on your team and you're like, I guess nobody's using comms, so I'd rather not press T to talk, or unless you have open mic, I'd rather not talk at all, right? Let's say somebody's aiming at your team with a Kraber. Boom, like she gets a notification like someone's aiming at you. You just press the voice line and you inform your team without even knowing. You just inform your team that somebody's looking at you with the press of a button. Like that's still pretty good, right? But a lot of people don't see it as useful. So, but I don't know. This is my ranking. So I think Wraith is better than Gibby. Lastly, we have 2 final ones. Let's start with Valkyrie. Valkyrie, at release, a lot of people didn't think she was that good until like ranked came around and they saw the value in her. She's literally a human UAV, you know? It's crazy. The only thing I would probably change is probably make her jetpack a little easier to use. And what I mean, there's like directional and like, you know, flight mode, but you know, some players find it difficult to start playing her because of that. I guess that would be the only thing that I would change. Other than that, she's still really good. Her ultimate, you know, it gets you and your teammates out of sticky situations, and you can scan people while in the air. That's fucking sick. The only thing I don't know is that I remember someone asked on a stream I was watching, someone asked like, can you scan through buildings? I don't think you can. They have to be outside, and they have to be like in clear view of Valkyrie. Other than that, she's fucking good. Her rockets are fucking insane. They stun and they damage. That's crazy, you know. I guess if somebody wanted a nerf for her, if they were to choose a nerf, I guess the rockets, you could make it that they take damage but they don't get stunned. Other than that, she's fucking good. She could use the survey beacon, and that's about it. And the best character, in my opinion, the best character in the game is Bloodhound. Bloodhound, literally, I don't think he should get a change at all. He's the best character. His passive, he gets to track people. He gets to scan survey beacons. He gets wall hacks, and he gets highlight hacks. I can't speak right now. He gets highlights on targets. When he uses his ult, he becomes faster, and he can scan multiple times. He's literally a hacker. He's your modern day hacker. Literally, you don't even have to cheat on this game. If you wanted wall hacks, you don't have to, because you could play Bloodhound. You don't have to pay $5 a month for hacks, because you could play Bloodhound. I think that's a win for me. And I used to play a lot of Bloodhound. I don't as often anymore, but I could still say that even though I'm a Pathy and a Fuse main, if my team needs a scout character, then I'm playing Bloodhound, you know? He's a really good character. And yeah, I think that's it. I want to go over my list one more time. No, I think that's it. I think this list looks pretty solid. The only thing that might tick people off is probably Revenant, Watson, and Lobo. I know Lobo, a lot of people think Lobo's an A tier character. I personally don't. I don't have that many hours on her. It's probably my least played character. Or Rampart, yeah. Rampart, I don't like Rampart at all. But that's my tier list. I don't know. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Tell me I'm wrong. I would love to hear it. And yeah, I think that's about it. See you guys later.